Hello people, how's it going? So once again, it's time to talk about My Hero Academia, and in all honesty, I was not expecting to have to make a video this soon, right after the previous video, but I do think there was a pretty serious and significant misunderstanding about what the point of the video was, and I guess its execution and stuff. So like I said in my One Piece review, I already kind of apologized to those who got offended or were upset. Unfortunately, if you felt like it was too intense, I apologize again. But I just wanted to make this follow-up video to sort of give you sort of like the thought process and just a more concise reasoning behind what I said. Now, before I go any further, I do think I kind of deserve a little bit of credit. If nothing else, just a little bit, not all of it, obviously, but a little bit of credit for being able to instigate and start such a heated and passionate debate concerning the series. Throughout my life, it's become painfully obvious that I'm actually pretty good at making people upset when I really want to. Which brings me to my first point, which is what was I trying to do with that video? So let me just start with what I try and do with my channel, all right? In general, what I'm trying to do with my channel is this. If I can get you to think about stuff that maybe you had not thought about before, about something that you enjoy, something that you like, be it an anime or movie or a series or whatever, if I can get you to think about something new, that is the point of my channel. And sometimes I'm successful at it, and other times not so much. But at the end of the day, really, and especially when it comes to like a new series, like My Hero Academia, I have to approach it from this angle. I have to think to myself, okay, what can I put out there that hasn't been put out there before? What can I say that has not been said before? Because if I don't do that, then I feel like I'm just regurgitating everything, and what's the point? What is the point of repeating stuff that 10 people before me have already said? Especially now in this day and age where YouTube has grown so much, where every other person is doing their own little review thing, all right? Everybody can have a piece of the pie, and that's great, but you have to think about it innovatively and think, okay, how can I stand out? So being thought-provoking is one. Now, I would be lying if I said that I was not trying to be controversial. I would be lying if I said that. But more so than trying to be controversial, I was just trying to have fun with it. I was trying to be funny. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, that I was intentionally trying to be controversial, is because there are parts of that video that I took out, I edited them out, where I was pretty much being very, very optimistic and positive about the series. So I was like, yeah, this section of the video is way too positive. I need to delete it because it's not controversial enough. And I kind of wish I would have left those parts in. Because believe it or not, the more I watch of the anime, the more I find myself warming up to it. And notice how in that video, I never said, this show sucks, it's terrible, it's garbage. I never said that. And it's precisely because I have reserved that judgment. I don't know yet. I need to watch more. And that's another point. People were coming at me like bringing stuff from the manga, bringing stuff from like future arcs and saying, oh no, it's because you got this all wrong, it's because of X, Y, and Z. And I appreciate the spoilers. Well, actually, I don't really appreciate the spoilers, but the point is, like, you understand that there is no possible way that I could have known that, right? And some people may refute that by saying, well, if you didn't know, then you shouldn't be opening up your mouth in the first place. If you didn't know, why are you even talking about it in the first place? And I understand that, right? I understand how you feel. But let me tell you what's going to happen, because I guarantee this is going to happen, because it's happened before, all right? Because of the controversy, because of how outrageous it was, some of the stuff I said was, I guarantee you that next time somebody is in an anime site just browsing around and they see My Hero Academia, they're probably going to think, they could think, I'm not that special or whatever, but they could say, oh, that's that show that crazy Sawyer guy on YouTube wouldn't shut up about. That idiot was making such a big deal out of this. I think I'm going to check it out, see what the big deal is. Click, and if they end up liking the show, that's a new fan. Now don't get it twisted, all right? It's not like I'm saying, look at me, like I have the power to create fandoms. Like, no, it's not what I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying I'm Moses leading people out of Egypt. Like, no, okay. All I'm saying, because the truth of the matter is that this show was well on its way to being successful, whether with or without my interference. All right, I know that. I came up on YouTube during a time period in which there was this thing called the Big Three of Shonen, which back then was Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. All right, first Naruto ended, then Bleach, then Fairy Tail, and so I think that if things continue to progress the way I think they are, the Big Three will eventually be, or maybe they already are. This is opinionated stuff. I think if things stay the same, all right, the Big Three is this: Dragon Ball Super, One Piece, and this, My Hero. Now that's not an evidence-based statement. It's actually just a gut feeling. It's like a gut feeling that I have because, well, first of all, you can't predict these things with 100% certainty. So I'm open to being wrong. It's okay. And also, there's new shows coming out all the time. You know, I know Black Clover came out this week. So you never know. It's just a hunch that I have. Now, to be fair, like I was right once before. I was one of the first people to just come out and say that Fairy Tail really didn't do it for me. And eventually, you know, I don't want to say I told you so, but look at how it ended. Now, going back to My Hero, some of the arguments and some of the commentary that I made about the show, despite it being sort of intentionally outrageous and controversial, like I said, I think they resonated with a lot of people because deep down you know they have some truth to them. Todoroki still reminds me of Zuko, like a lot. To the Todoroki fangirls, I apologize. I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm sorry if you felt offended. But as somebody who grew up with Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's just super hard to separate those two images in my mind, at least for now.
But like I said, maybe he changes and does something completely unique to his own character that breaks the Zuko mold. I still think it's extremely obvious that he will end up with Momo, just like I think it's extremely obvious that Deku will end up with Uraraka. It's just like, it's written in the stars.
I still think Bakugo is the best character of the show because he has this internal motivation to be successful and to be better than other people, but the way that he goes about it is just so dysfunctional that it causes him to be extremely frustrated at other people and at himself. And it's just extremely fun to watch. And at the same time, at the end of the day, he does it his own way, but he always ends up doing what's right. So I don't take back what I said or the points that I made. I just think that maybe it would have been better if I was a little bit more constructive with my criticism instead of, you know, just cynical. So I'll definitely keep that in mind for the future, not just with this show, but with you know, future shows that I talk about if I do. And that brings me to my final point. One of the things that I said was that I think this is true. It's still true. I think that Deku is excessively timid and excessively insecure in the beginning portions of the show. And now that I think about it, I can see why that's appealing to a lot of people. And I didn't think about this before, but maybe that insecurity, maybe that heartache and that pain is relatable to a lot of people. That they feel so bad, that they feel so insecure about something that they relate to Deku. So to the people out there who identify with that part of the character or that aspect of the show, well, first of all, you're not alone, you know, because everybody feels that way to a certain extent. Maybe not to that degree, but everybody feels that way at some point in their lives. But most importantly, and beyond that, all right, is that if you truly feel that way, if you truly feel insecure, if there's a part of you that just keeps, there's a thought inside of your head that says, man, you just suck, or girl, you just suck, then I would just invite you to challenge that and be like, no, that's because it's a lie. It's a stupid lie that you tell yourself that at one point you picked it up and you just kept running that program inside of your mind, and now you've convinced yourself that you truly do suck. But it's really just a thought. It's really just an idea. And the sooner you get rid of that, the better you're gonna feel. And that's why I get very frustrated with characters and people that have self-esteem issues. It's because they've gotten very good at feeding themselves a lie about themselves. And if something happened to you at one point in your life to convince you that you were worthless and that you didn't have any value, then I'm sorry that happened to you. I really am. It wasn't your fault. Nobody deserves to feel that way. And I really truly hope that things get better for you. But I also think it's important that hopefully you realize that whether or not things get good for you depends primarily on you and what you decide to do with your life. All right? It's not an anime. I'm sorry. There is no All Might coming in to tell you, here's your quirk you've been waiting for. That depends on you. I'm a 47-year-old man, and it took me half my life to realize that. Finally. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, dislike the video. Subscribe if you want to. Comment down below with your thoughts. And I hope this served to clarify things a little bit more overall. Thank you. Bye.